So I actually retired at the age of 50. I was one of the lucky ones to be able to do that. And I've been in business for many, many years in the video game space, and I was lucky enough to be able to retire at 50. And then had fun for a couple of years, and then kind of got bored and sort of thought, what am I going to do now? And the missus was also saying, you better go and do something. And of course all my friends sort of said, Vip, you're too young to retire, so you've got to do something, otherwise you'll waste away. So I looked around and saw what was out there. Obviously I didn't really want to work for anybody, not having worked for anybody for quite some time. I wanted to kind of set up on my own. And a lot of people said, well, Vic, why don't you become a business consultant? You know a lot about business, you've done some good business. But I really didn't want to do that. But I wanted to help small businesses. So I looked around and I came across Ideal Schools and the ICB course. And spoke to one of my friends, one of my best friends, and he said, yeah, that would be really good. And I said, well, the important thing is that I'd be able to help small businesses via the finance route rather than just, just become a sort of a consultant who goes in there and basically says what they already know, but they're not doing it, kind of thing. And so I phoned up the lovely Brian from my Ideal Schools, had a lovely chat with him, and he went through all the ICB courses. The great thing about ICB obviously is that I can set up on my own as a sole trader, and Brian sort of talked me through the various stages, and I signed up for the whole caboodle right up to level 4, and I did my level 1 within a week. Within a week. Yeah, it was relatively trivial for me anyway, because I know about finance, and ended up doing pretty much the whole course in 7 months, which was pretty good. And then I set up my practice, and initially I set it up as a sole trader, but even before I set it up, I set it up so that I was able, if I wanted to, make it grow and make it bigger if I needed to. So I'd set up my domain name, I'd set up my limited company, I'd set up the Twitter handle, the Facebook, and all of those kind of things that you need to match the name of the company. So the name of the company is Accountsforme. So I started off as Accountsforme as a sole trader, and I had already registered the Accountsforme Limited company. And I started off, first customer was a friend's daughter-in-law, and from there it just mushroomed with word of mouth, really.